Welcome back. Today we have Stephen Bartlett, the host of The Diary of a CEO. Talking about Steve, not only he's the best podcaster slash creator of our time, but also the most entrepreneurial podcaster you will ever find. Unlike Joe Rogan, who is an ex-UFC champion or something, or Chris Williamson, who is an ex-actor or artist, Stephen Bartlett is an ex-entrepreneur who is still an entrepreneur but has brought all the qualities of entrepreneurship into the podcasting industry. It is so fascinating. It is so interesting. Here are 3 ideas from his personal brand. Let's get into it. Number 1, research. Stephen Bartlett don't do any research at all. He actually study the person. What I mean by that is, if you became the guest of Stephen Bartlett, the day before the podcast is happening, he will spend his entire time learning about you. From the day you were born to the day before the podcast is happening. This helps him to personalize his conversations, making his guest feel this guy has been truly invested in learning about me. I must provide something tangible in return. This makes his podcast more interesting, more valuable for his audience. The takeaway for you is, when you're talking about something, make sure you know the ins and outs of the subject matter. Think first principle, challenge the questions, challenge the beliefs, and provide controversial answers. If not, something new and deep and meaningful. Number 2, impression optimization. The first and last impression someone had on your brand are the most important ones. The first one is responsible for, should I watch this person? The last one is responsible for, should I keep watching this person? While the first one helps you grow your audience, the second one helps you retain your audience. Both are critically important. The way Stephen Bartlett starts his podcast is novel. There is no fluff, there is silence, a feel-good music, and straight to the point. This gives a completely different experience for the viewers, making them watch the entire episode. The way he ends his podcast is also fascinating. He has this tradition where he brings up the question by the last guest to the upcoming guest. Most podcasts today end by saying bye-bye or something like that. But this guy, he brings a third person to increase the retention, which is smart. Number 3, positioning. Stephen never interrupts his guest. He always allows them to speak up really well. But at the same time, whenever it is the time for him to ask the question, he asks the question. If required, he adds a little bit from his own life to let people know he's not just an interviewer, he's a personal brand. He positions himself as a thought leader, interviewing another thought leader, not an interviewer, interviewing a thought leader. This is so critically important to build a personal brand. If you just watch 2 or 3 podcasts of Diary of a CEO, you already know a lot about Stephen Bartlett as well. Sometimes it's not possible to bring himself in the conversations. So now he have Behind the Diaries, which is a channel dedicated to the behind the scenes of his projects, so people can really see him apart from just the guests he have on his podcast. The overall branding, the overall production is positioned in a way we are a company rather we are a podcast, which is true and is valuable for normal creators. I made a lot of content inside some Canvas slides just to give the feeling that I'm not a creator, I'm a business owner, and this is something like a loom. I really want to make sure I have the positioning as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, rather just a creator. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you on the next one.